Morning, everyone. I am Jurassic Slick, and you and we've all seen Murder Drones. I mean, it's peak cinema. What's that? You've never watched it? Well, go and watch it. Now, I'm not asking. And when you watch it, I want you to watch the whole series. And when you're done, I want you to come back on this video and subscribe to me. Otherwise, you'll miss out on peak like this. But in all seriousness, when I first watched the series, or just watched it in general, a question came to my mind. And that question was, now, unlike most people who would just probably just name some characters and see if they could defeat them, that's not how I'm going to do it, because after all, this is not what characters could I beat, this is could I survive. So, I mean, yes, I will be going over characters and seeing if I can defeat them or not, but I'm just going to begin with kind of how I just, survive. Like, what would I do if I was just randomly dropped into it? Well, first we have to kind of account for some things. First off, the air is toxic, and not many humans can live in that environment. So, we're gonna kind of just take away, let's just say that I could survive. Give some, that Batman prep time plot armor. And it's also really snowy, so it'd probably be kind of cold. So, yeah, it could be cold, but it's not enough to kill me. We'll just make it not kill me, because otherwise it'd be like a 2-second long video. Okay, so, and with that, we also have to take again with food and water. Now, considering that even after the whole big explosion, seems to be power. Like lights and stuff, and a lot of things seem to kind of just survive. Like, there was a vending machine in one episode. I don't remember if it had food in it specifically, but there was still a vending machine, and it was mainly intact. And a lot of the buildings were also intact. And so basically, I think, you could find a random vending machine and, do the old Jurassic Park 3. Now, with that, here's shelter. Well, I do have this map right here of kind of just where it is. You have the bunker on one side, and you have the dead city, which, for me, I think, now there might not be power in the dead city, but there could, considering that a lot of the power and a lot of power supply is, still intact. So, plumbing, electronics, let's just say that they are intact. I could live in one of those buildings in the dead city. And then, I will probably be all set. Now, on to meeting the characters.
Anyway, that's why my project is this sick as hell railgun!
Now, I'll be going over at least the 2 versions of Uzi. The worker drone version that, we see in most of the episodes. And then I'll be going over the absolute solver version. Now, let's start with the worker drone version. The worker drone version of her isn't really that strong. She weighs, I think, at least 50 pounds. So she weighs about, I weigh about like twice as much as her. And I can lift 40 pounds. I mean, granted, it still makes my arm sore a little bit, but I can lift 40 pounds with one arm. It's not that hard. I could probably be able to lift, a 50-pound worker drone, and give her the Hulk treatment.
Bullied by
So, yeah, she's not gonna be really a problem. However, her railgun might be, because her railgun is the railgun's devastating. It packs a punch. Now, a good thing about the railgun, at least for me, is it takes like 50 business days to recharge. Like, takes a very long time, and it doesn't seem to be that destructive. At least it destroys the target it's locked on for some reason, but not like the ground or anything around it, really. So, the scenario I can see is basically we're fighting in the bunker, and I will go behind a pillar. And when I go behind that pillar, I will basically kind of bait her to, try and shoot the railgun because she has a very, very, distaste in humans. She hates them. Which, I mean, yeah, I can see. I can see why. But, yeah, I'm gonna have her shoot the pillar, and the pillar will be fine, and I'll be fine. And then as it's recharging, that's when I come up and I, give her the Hulk treatment, the Hulk to Loki. And, yeah, that does it for about the worker drone version. Now, the absolute solver, that's a bit more difficult. By a bit, I mean a lot. Because in that state that she's in, she has it's the same, same weight, same strength physically. Actually, I think she might be a little bit more stronger than me. But she's definitely faster, she can fly. And the absolute solver is almost like a very cracked version of the Force from Star Wars. And I don't know the size, like how much it can lift, how heavy an object it can lift. It doesn't seem to have a limit. So, I could be fighting her, tossing her around if she's not flying. And then all of a sudden, as I'm about to, finish her off, I just see a semi-truck flying through the air. But, yeah, that does it for those two versions. I'll give a worker drone definitely like a 2 out of 10, pretty easy. Absolute solver, yeah, that's gonna be at least a decent 8 out of 10, possibly a 10 out of 10. Very, very difficult, I probably will die. Yeah, but, that does it for Uzi.
Did you just slap me with that
Now,
arm?
when it comes to N, things aren't gonna look so bright for me. Because this dude is a 5'7", 500-pound beast of a man. Like, I could fight him, I can't do anything to him, and then all of a sudden he can just do the mask move and just go, "A Tommy gun!" And shoot me point blank in the face. But this is N, so, he's a relatively nice guy. And I rock with that. So, I see it as, I'm not gonna fight him. He's not gonna fight me. We're gonna, walk up to each other, dap each other up, and, be best buds. So, instead of fighting this man, I just come back alive with one new friend. Yeah, so this is about 1, maybe 0 out of 10. Pretty easy. I think I could just friend this man. Yeah, that's gonna do it for N. This is quite short. On to the next person.
And yet, I still feel nothing.
Now, I really do not know what you want me to do about V, because Doctor Strange could look at all of those realities, and I bet you none of them, I win. It's as simple as that. Like, she puts on a little facade, yeah, of, like, being, psychopathic, heartless, yeah, that's a little facade that she puts on. To protect N from, sin and sin destroying, half the world and killing everything she loves and holds dear. Yeah, like, I can see that. But I don't think you can grasp the concept of how terrifying it is to hear a little giggle in the dark, and then this little snippet of dialogue.
Yo, we got a worker out there I kinda wanna practice balloon animal shapes with.
Like, girl, what are you gonna do? Because, like, there are, 3 to 4 ways I can go about this. Number 1, plead for my life. Pray to God that she does not kill me. Yet, if I plead, we all know how that's going to end up. We all know what happens when you try and plead. It doesn't go well. I'll be dead. Option 2, Charmer. And fellas, I can go with the ladies. I gotta admit, I'm pretty good.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
But me charming V is about as much of a chance as Queso going on a diet. Non-existent.
What do you mean bro's built like a 1x1 Lego piece? What even is a 1x1 Lego piece? Yep, you're banned. Have a good night.
So, option 3, and here's kind of like where the plan comes into motion. I, lure her, run away, try to, not go into any close quarters, close combat, try and stay away as far as possible. And then, don't ask me how I got it, but I will get the world's brightest flashlight because she, can't see that well, and they work in the dark because the sun, they can't, kills them because they'll overheat and die from the sun. So obviously, their eyes are more adjusted to the dark, which we know that, not to sound like a nerd here, but most creatures or animals that hunt in the dark have a very, very sensitive thing with bright lights. So, I get the world's brightest flashlight, blind her in the face, and I hit the, like Soink Scoob, we gotta skedaddle, and run on out of there because I am not, that's the only chance I have. Yeah, this is definitely an easy, actually not easy, this is just like a 10 out of 10, or not, yeah, 10 out of 10, I mean, unless there is, now, besides the blinding thing, there's one chance, and that is, I can talk with her, maybe have a little therapy session, because she doesn't hate humans entirely, she might distrust them after episode 8, with the Hotessa situation, but she doesn't, morally go out of her, well, not morally, just go out of her way to kill him. So, maybe there's a chance that, me personally, I know what it's like to have the world stab you in the back. I know what it's like. When the world does you dirty. So maybe I can empathize, and we can talk it out, and leave with a newfound respect for each other. Hopefully. Now, if that doesn't happen, I'm probably not going to make any videos anymore. I'll be about 6 feet under. Yeah, definitely 10 out of 10. Hard difficulty. 7 out of 10 if I manage to, sympathize with her. Yeah, so that's going to do it for V. On to the next one. Tally-ho!
Then there's Jay, our leader.
N, you're worthless and terrible. And if the company allowed it, I would straight up kill you myself.
Now, Jay, as much as it pains me to say it, because I hate this woman with every fiber of my being, I can't harm her. She's much more stronger than I am. The assembly drone, same with V, I can't physically harm this person. I can't physically harm Julia. She overpowers me in every single category. But, you see, the cunning warrior attacks neither body nor mind.
Tell me how.
The heart, Osborne. First, we attack her heart. And with that, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break into her house, and I'm gonna steal her branded pin collection. All of it. Every single pin. Or pen. I'm stealing all of it. And I'm gonna dig a hole and put all those pins in the hole. And then I'm gonna be like, hey Jay, I got something to show you. Come outside. And when she comes outside, I have a grenade in my hand. I'm gonna unclip the grenade, activate it, and I'm gonna throw it in that hole. And then I'm gonna run away. And then I'm gonna see as every pen explodes entirely. And then I see as Jane's face becomes distraught. And I will come up to her. And I will say, "Why so sad?" And then I'll get Lucy's rug and I'll cluck her over the head. So, yeah, if I go along with that plan, should not fail. None of my plans do. This should be an easy 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, easy. On to the next person. Man, it's really dark in here. Where's the light switch? Alright, I gotta look for one. Hold on. Oh, got him!
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? I mean, look! Tired of it, man! Come on! Yeah, I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry. This is sin. You know, the exponential end. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go on with some honorable mentions. Thad. Yeah, Thad, I'm not gonna fight him, but... You know, because he's like a nice guy. I mean, but if I had to, I probably would beat him. Lizzie. Yeah, I hate Lizzie. I don't like her mean girl stereotype, so... Comes off as annoying. I mean, I'm a patient person, but... I can only handle so many, you know, yes girls. Until, you know, I tell her to shut up! And then... Tessa... I don't think I'd fight her. At least not Manor Tessa. She seems chill. The other Tessa, the astronaut Tessa, yeah, that's just Sin, so obviously that's a nope. Yeah. That's all, folks!